So let's kick it off. Uh, First and foremost, welcome everyone to another wonderful Pyth Network space with
Yeah, can hear you,
powered by Pyth
JD.
partners. My goodness, that was loud. Welcome everyone to another Twitter space with Pyth Network and friends. We like to do these spaces often to highlight both the blockchains deploying Pyth data and the wonderful protocols using and being powered by Pyth Oracle data. I'm your host Ed, and I'm joined today by both the Meter team and the Meridian team, making this a triple crypto chat. So today is going to be a very special space. Gentlemen, how are you doing?
Doing well. Thanks a lot for hosting.
Pleasure is ours.
Doing
Meridian,
fantastic. Happy to be here.
good. Let's jump into it. So, do you gentlemen want to give a quick introduction about yourselves, what you're building, and why you think it's cool?
So maybe starting from me on the Meter side. So hi everyone. Thanks a lot for coming to the Twitter space today. Our great pleasure to be here with the Pyth and the Meridian team. So my name is Xiaohan Zhu. I'm the co-founder for Meter. So I have a mixed engineering and finance background. Started in crypto back in 2016. Started initially investing, but because I'm a builder at heart, starting from 2018, I started focusing on building Meter. So Meter is a layer one blockchain, try to strike the best balance between decentralization and performance. So it's we are EVM compatible, front running resistant, and also with a built-in flat coin created by proof of work, trying to complete Satoshi's original vision. Um, yeah, so that's about Meter. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you, Xiaohan. Meridian guys, you want to go next? Uh, Meridian Phi? Are you guys able to hear him?
Hey, yeah. Sorry about that.
Oh, good man.
Kind of in and out today. Um, but yeah. So Meridian Finance. I am not the best speaker for us, but I'll give it a shot while TJ gets ready. I think he might be having some connection issues. But I'm JD Origins. I have a background in marketing. So I'm the Meridian marketing machine. Meridian overall is a Omni DeFi platform. What we do is we provide multiple different DeFi platforms all in one. So we have perpetuals trading, we have stable minting, and we also do lending and borrowing.
Amazing. Thank you, gentlemen, for those lovely introductions. And then for those who don't know, my name is Ed. I'm a contributor at the Pyth Network. Pyth is a blockchain oracle, meaning it's our job to take data from the real world and from the Web 2 and Web 3 capital markets, including the prices of different assets. We then send those asset prices to all your favorite blockchains, uh, including Meter and many others. I think more than 56 blockchains by this point, and to power applications such as Meridian themselves. So it's good to have a little glimpse of a little slice of the Pyth ecosystem here. I guess we can call it a Pythian microcosm today. And we're here to dive more into how their Pythian experience has been, and uh, what they're doing with all this amazing data. Oh, and by the way, Andy keeps bothering me about this. For those tuning in right now, make sure to leave a question for the open Q&A towards the end of this call. I think you can leave it in the comment section of this thread, and one person will be chosen for part of a swag raffle. So if you want to earn some legendary Pyth merchandise, leave a thoughtful question somewhere where we can see it, and my colleague Andy will choose the best question, and you'll become a winner of Pyth swag, perhaps even more. But let's jump
Oh,
straight.
actually, we have
Go
some
ahead.
gift on the Meter side as well. So
Oh,
we
look at
have
that.
like a Meter Punk NFT. So we will give to like a few of the top good question providers. Yeah.
All right, you heard them, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to earn a Meridian Punk NFT, now's your chance. Ask the most thoughtful
Sorry,
question you can.
Meter Punk. Meter
Sorry,
Punk NFT.
Meter Punk. It's been a long day. I meant a
Yeah.
Meter Punk NFT. Let's be clear. Speaking of clarity, I'd love to dive more into sort of the architectural designs and capabilities of Meter blockchain, right? One thing you said that kind of caught my interest was that you said you were front running proof, if I'm not mistaken. Front running,
Hmm.
of course, is a big issue in DeFi, especially back in the day when oracles, especially legacy oracles, were slow in in bringing price updates on chain. Perhaps a few years ago, it didn't matter since most of the use cases for DeFi were borrowing and lending. But as we move more into the perpetual future space, throughput and speed, especially, really matters. And you don't want to
Yeah.
have the Oracle price be too slow compared to what's happening in the off chain world. Otherwise, you just open yourself up to some nasty arbitrage opportunities. But that's on the Oracle side of things, right? I'd love to learn what you guys are doing in the meter space to not only keep users safe but ultimately deliver a superior DeFi experience.
Yeah, definitely. So we would say the DeFi experience is more like a combined package that consists of a lot of different things. First is the trading experience. You want the blockchain to be like smooth, low latency. Basically, when you send a transaction in MetaMask, within a few seconds, the transaction should be confirmed, and then that should be final. The other thing is obviously it's high throughput. So when there are a lot of people trading, you want the blockchain to be able to handle that. So at Meter, like part of our consensus protocol is a hybrid consensus, and it's we're using like a proof of work to create a flat coin, but only for the flat coin purpose. It's used as a gas in the system, but the uh, record, the account and the ledger are maintained by proof of stake, running the state of art consensus called Hot Stuff 2, which was just published um, last year. Very similar to an upgraded version of 3.0 Aptos, but we're much more decentralized to make sure the users' transactions are not censored, and also it will be difficult to front run. So I think a lot of EVM chains have the issue of front running or MEV attacks. Um, so the reason was first, the transactions published on the network, and also if someone saw the transaction first and put in like higher price of gas, the transaction will be potentially ranked or executed earlier than the original transaction. So that's how the like EVM typically designed. But on Meter, we first we did a couple of things, try to basically protect the user from like MEV attacks. First, the mempool is not directly visible to everyone, so you directly submit your transaction to the full node, and the full node use a P2P network to propagate, but it's not directly visible to the mempool. And also within the network, within the EVM, we do not use the gas price to run transactions. Transactions, on the contrary, are basically ordered by the time when the validator received the transaction. And finally, because we have right now we have hundreds. Actually, the network can scale to like tens of thousands of validator nodes participating in the consensus. And for every block, there's a different validator proposing the block. So in order, for example, for someone to consistently putting MEV attacks, the person have to control more than one third of the entire network, which is very difficult. So that's how we make the uh, network to be MEV resistant and also high performance and high throughput with low latency. Every transaction in every block is finalized.
Amazing. There's a lot of big brain stuff you mentioned there, and perhaps some of the more abstract architectural decisions you've mentioned can be visualized with the help of the Meridian folks. So I'm turning this to Meridian now. You guys are built on Meter. You're leveraging, the Pyth oracles, and you're building a lot of primitives of DeFi over there in your app. How do Meter as well as Pyth, empower kind of what you guys are building? And allow you guys to distinguish yourselves as, I suppose, a super app.
Yeah, great question. Hopefully you can hear me now.
Yes, we
So
can.
yeah,
Excellent.
perfect. So yeah, you're absolutely right. We're kind of this super app. We've got three main products. We've got we've got a trading platform, which is a fork of GMX. We've got a lending platform, which is a fork of Aave, and we've also got our own stablecoin, which is a fork of Liquidity. So the great thing here is that we can build our products on a network such as Meter, which is really high performance, no front running, and very cheap to transact on. And we can essentially bundle together this big DeFi product, and it's kind of trust all within one platform. Usually, if you want to trade, you've got to go to one platform, and then if you want to go and lend or borrow, then you've got to find another solution, which generally on these smaller networks, you don't have the Aaves or the GMXs or the original products. So you're taking a risk when it comes to trusting them. So what we're trying to do is build this all-in-one suite of products where users can trust that they're getting the very best security and very best user experience. So that's what we're doing over there. And yeah, in terms of Pyth, we need really high performance price feeds to power our platform. We're currently integrated the Pyth price feeds to lending, which from our experience so far has been absolutely excellent. And then we're also going to be launching the trading platform in the near future, and that's when I think Pyth is really going to make a difference for us, as the real-time price feeds is what's going to hopefully help us differentiate ourselves as a really industry-leading trading platform in terms of getting the most up-to-date prices for our traders so they can execute those trades at the latest price.
Xiaohan, did you want to say something?
Yeah, so I feel like one of the biggest reason to have Pyth highly integrated in the Meter network is the flexibility of data. There are like just tens of thousands of data in the Pyth like library that we can push in like very in a customized way to the applications on the network. And also we can customize our like frequency of update and the threshold of updates, which are like crucial for different type of applications. So as a blockchain, we actually integrated the price Pyth price pusher into our blockchain. So we have like basically integrated Oracle that continuously published on the network. This is really something amazing to have for any blockchains.
Thank you, gentlemen, for the kind words. Well, glad Pyth Data is doing it for you. And absolutely, high frequency price updates as well as high fidelity prices, meaning having the prices actually match what's happening in the off chain markets. It makes a world of difference. And I want to focus this back on the Meridian folks as well, right? Uh, I'm glad that, I'm glad that Pyth solves this one major dimension for what you guys are building. Of course, you're building, a comprehensive DeFi product suite. So I guess I have two questions in one, right? First of all, how are you guys tackling sort of the cold start problem when it comes to on-chain liquidity? And then secondly, what was the thinking behind doing a full comprehensive DeFi product suite, right? Like a super app. I know you alluded to that a little bit, but I'd love to hear more about the thinking overall.
Yeah, I think that's a really good question. So we initially started a project as primarily a stablecoin on the base network. However, just being a standalone stablecoin with no integrations, the token itself had very little utility apart from you could like trade it on Uniswap. So what we realized is that actually if you want to build a successful stablecoin solution, you really need it to be integrated into lots of different applications and have a really wide use cases. And at the start, that was very difficult to do. So what we decided to do was build our own in-house solutions. So that was through building our own lending platform and building our own trading platform, and then integrating USDM into both of those products. So through doing so, we essentially, create this network of products which really complement each other and create this really nice ecosystem that just is quite powerful. And then, yes, so your second point is the cold start, which is a big problem for a lot of DeFi apps trying to attract that initial liquidity. And the way we overcame this was actually by working very closely with the network foundations. So, for example, with Meter, we devised this very successful incentives campaign for the lending platform so far, where users that lend and borrow assets through Meridian Lend will actually get paid additional tokens paid out in the MTRG token as rewards. So, for example, if you lend your USDC right now on Meter, you can earn around, I think, 30% APR. And you also actually get paid to borrow USDC and several other tokens. So this strategy was really conducive to attracting liquidity at the start and really kickstarting the protocol.
Those are some pretty big yields, I must say myself. It sounds like Meter and you guys really want to incentivize some new user behavior, which I think makes a lot of sense. Xiaohan, did you want to comment more on that and other things Meter
Yeah,
is doing to incentivize more user traction?
definitely. So Meter as a blockchain, we also have a obviously question of how to bootstrap and incentivize liquidity on the network. So we actually have several programs that help protocols or developers to build on the Meter network. First, obviously, we want to provide the best infrastructure. So obviously, with the help of Pyth, we have Oracle covered. We also have subgraph, graph node that we can provide to developers building their DeFi apps. And also on the incentive side for the users, we have a grant program that typically provide support from I would say 4 different front. First is obviously the marketing front. We will help developers to make them known among the community, help them to get the word out. And secondly, from the incentive side, we our grant program typically consists of 3 parts. One is the deployment grant. So when a developer deploys on the network, we depends on the applications and various parameters. We can provide and like a deployment grant when the application deploys to help the developers to cover some initial costs for operations and marketings, for example. And also we have a bootstrap grant for helping, because initially when the application deploys on Meter, you need to have some initial incentives to attract people in. So that bootstrap grant covers that portion, typically targeting for 2 to 3 months. And finally, we have a long-term grant, which is a TVL-based grant. So for DeFi applications, depends on the TVL, we will provide, I believe it's 7 to 10% APR using the network tokens to continuously support the protocol. So the developer can either choose to funnel the TVL grant to the users or supporting the development in the long run as well. So yeah, that's a current incentive programs we instrument with successfully with Meridian and a couple of other DeFi applications. And yeah, we're also open to suggestions from the developer community to figure out what are the best ways to help grow your applications on the Meter network.
Yeah, thanks for that breakdown. I'm still floored by some of these APR numbers you're
Yeah,
mentioning, but
actually, that's one of the interesting thing because the meter token staking, the meter governance token staking itself provides around like 10% APY, and we also have like liquid staking going on in the Meter network. So by using leveraging on the Meridian's like lending borrowing applications, there are strategies for like a looping. So for example, you stake your MTRG token into the liquid staking token, use it as a collaterals to borrow more MTRG tokens. Because of the two tokens are basically like linked, you as long as you keep reasonable like collateral ratios, you will never get liquidated. It's like a very safe strategy, and you can keep on looping it a couple of times to get leveraged staking APY from the network itself. So it's actually like not just like basically airdrop from the like the reward tokens.
oh my. Well, gosh, it sounds like you're trying to incentivize any and all DeFi related behaviors, but I understand
Yeah,
the thinking, and it sounds like whether you're a developer or a user, there's something in the Meter ecosystem designed for you.
yeah.
I'm going to throw a question a bit out of a bit out of the blue. I know it's a bit different from the agenda. Where does the name Meter and Meridian come from, right? And for those who are not maybe caught up with the Pyth lore, the name Pyth Network does not come from the word Python. We're named after the Pythia, the Oracle of Delphi. So the joke is the Pyth Network is the Oracle of DeFi. So there's a bit of an ancient Greek theme going on with Pyth. What was the thinking behind Meter and Meridian as names for your projects?
Yeah, so at Meter, when we first start out the project, we want to complete Satoshi's original vision to use the crypto native way to create a unit of account or like sound money that's independent of the fiat system. So, I mean, as we work along the way, we realize we have to change the consensus, stuff like that. So we throw in the state of art consensus as well. But that's the original goal of the project was to build something complete Satoshi's original vision. And when you look at the unit of account for money, it's similar. I mean, actually, there's a saying from uh, a famous yeah. So basically, they're saying basically, if you look at money, it's no difference than like a scientific measurement, a measurement of the value. So just like a meter is a measurement of distance. So we are trying to create a unit of account for value as well. So that's how we get the name meter. And
I
yeah,
quite
I've been using that name since I think 2018.
I quite like it. A reference to a unit of account. That's thoughtful. What about Meridian?
Yeah. So if many of you know, the Greenwich Meridian is kind of like the first time zone on Earth, UTC also. So the way Meridian is that we are a DeFi platform that we run across different. We're actually cross chain. So if you would think about it, each time zone would be a different chain, but we all connected under one platform.
Oh, that's
Now, if you were to take a visual of that, it would essentially be the globe. And that's why if you look at our little emoji, you'd see the little time zone lines and the meridian.
okay. That's cute. I like that. It's a very wholesome imagery. Very forward thinking of you. But here at the Fifth Network, we totally agree. There's going to be a universe, an entire globe of apps and potentially other chains out there. But it may not matter to the end in the end for the end user, as all the complexity gets abstracted away by better and more interoperable services. So that's an end goal that the Pyth network is trying to support. No matter who you are or what you're trying to build or what chain you might be on, whether it's Meter or anywhere else. Pyth data is designed to be available for you to build out the markets that your users deserve. So uh, thank you for that. You know, for your backstories here. Oh, sorry, Xiaohan. Did you want to say something else?
No, I didn't say anything.
Okay. All good. Let's go to the next question. Do you gentlemen, both in the Meter and Meridian side, have any community updates or roadmap items you want to share for the listeners here?
Yeah, so on the meter side, we're continuously building and put in things that will improve the network and also enhance the ecosystem. So we have several things that we're building right now. One is obviously native bridge to BTC. The other thing is supporting multi-asset validators in the network. So as we mentioned, right now we have around 340 consensus nodes from the community, but we want to like further expand it to at the minimum 500 level. In order to do that, we need to like enable users that currently do not hold the meter token to participate as well. So basically, we provide a mechanism to allow different major crypto holders to use their like tokens like restaked ETH or BTC to start a validator node in the network as well. So that's something we're building. And finally, we're working on some performance-related issues. Things. For example, like parallel EVM, and also because we have the most one of the most advanced consensus protocol, we are looking at providing decentralized sequencing service for other L2s as well. So yeah, that's the things we're currently working on for the rest of the year.
Amazing. Thanks for that breakdown of your roadmap. What about the Meridian side? Any roadmap items or community goals you want to share? Any upcoming community activities?
Yeah, so we've got a new user interface which will be rolled out sometime later this week or early next week. So that will definitely drastically improve the current user experience, navigating through the different sites such as lending, trading, stablecoin. And then beyond that, we've also got a trading platform which will be launching in the near future on Meter. So development has started on that, and yeah, we're looking to get that rolled out as soon as possible, really. And of course, that will also be powered by the Pyth Oracle.
Well, we're very happy to hear that. Again, very happy to hear that the Pyth data is doing it for you guys. All right, we've hit the 30-minute mark very cleanly, actually. Do you gentlemen want to maybe open up the floor for some open Q&A?
Yes, for sure.
Sounds
All right,
good.
let's do it. Perfect. All right, so thank you again to the audience for tuning in. Now's your time to ask any questions you may have close to your heart. Just raise your hand and we'll let you on the floor. And you can ask a question for anyone here, Pyth or Meridian or Meter. Just let us know.
I saw there's actually a question by Hill Seeker. What is one thing you are paying attention to with Bitcoin layer twos?
Oh, that's a good question. We find, I mean, here in the Pyth side of things, we find that no matter what ecosystem you're operating in, whether it's Bitcoin or anywhere else, like the Move ecosystem, Cosmos, Rust, whatever, uh, there are a it's always a large number of new layer twos that are emerging in an attempt to uh, kind of capture the value in that vertigo. And for the Pyth Oracle, what that means is, including for the Bitcoin ecosystem, we have to make our price feeds available there, right? All 500 real-time price feeds. This is made possible through our Pole Oracle design. And we're happy to be able to support even places like Stacks and Merlin Chain and others in the Bitcoin world. But it's fascinating to see that, so many different networks and you know, entirely different ecosystems that you think would never interact with one another are slowly starting to be able to offer the same markets, the same kind of DeFi services, and with advancements in bridging technology, to be able to have users kind of move in and out of these different ecosystems seamlessly. I think that's we're getting towards that end state of DeFi that we all imagined way back in like 2017. So it's very, I think it's very cool to see. It's very wholesome.
Yeah, at Meter, we actually have a natural tie to Bitcoin. So I mentioned the flat coin we created is actually using the Bitcoin's algorithm to create that flat coin. And actually, in fact, in every Meter validator node, there is a forked Bitcoin client running. So we are looking to leverage that with the introduction of the native BTC bridge. Um, Meter essentially is Bitcoin L2 as well. And also we're very well connected through the existing infrastructure to other like Ethereum blockchains, Ethereum compatible blockchains. So we're looking to make a big push in that direction. For example, we will be able to use a native BTC to stake in the Meter network to launch validators. And also, I believe the space for Bitcoin DeFi or like Bitcoin L2 is actually very large. If you think about the the amount of bitcoins in terms of capitals out there, in order to just provide 1% yield to these outstanding capitals, you will need like a tremendous amount of like various like project tokens or like DeFi applications. So this, I mean, the potential space is very big and can accommodate a lot of different players in the space.
Yeah, thanks for that. Meridian, did you also want to take on that question? No need if you
Yeah, I
don't want
guess
to. Yeah, go ahead.
from our perspective, we're just focusing on the Ethereum compatible blockchains for the time being. So I think you guys have really covered that question very well already. So I'll leave it there from our side.
All right, makes sense to me. Cool. Any other questions from the audience? Again, you can just raise your hand and we'll let you on the floor. Now's your time to ask Meridian, Meter, or the Pyth network any questions. But it may also be possible that you lads have done such a good job explaining what you guys are working on that there are no questions. All
Actually,
has been
I have a
elucidated.
question maybe.
But yeah, go
What's
ahead.
the what are the future roadmap look like for PIS since like you guys already delivered like so many things, right? Interested seeing to see what's next.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's a good question, and for a couple of reasons. I think one thing that's been clear uh, from the Pyth network's progress so far is that we've delivered, this fantastic Oracle product that is serving users across, dozens upon dozens of blockchain ecosystems. More than 330 applications use Pyth. We're doing something right, and that makes me happy. Um, so in that regards, more price feeds, more blockchain coverage, expanding to more asset classes, potentially things like energy or agriculture. These are all things that would make sense for an Oracle for a price feeds Oracle specifically, as we continue delivering data to those who need it. And I imagine that the Pith contributors are also interested in making sure that we find ways to continue lowering latency for the Oracle, and adding any new features that may be beneficial for downstream users, like a better liquidity oracle to give out information like potential market impact, uh, or uh, or maybe going into more RWA assets like treasury rates or exotic equities. By exotic, I mean non-US equities. So those are all on the table. And then I think the other element to the question is, what does Pyth governance now make possible? Governance is something that opened up a few months ago, which is great because now it means everyone who holds Pyth tokens, everyone who stakes Pyth tokens, you could take your ideas and make them into a reality through all the governance channels. By the way, if you haven't done so already, go to staking.pyth.network and stake your Pyth tokens. That's how you become a member. That's how you become a member of the DAO. That being said, I think with Pyth governance, it also allows the community to vote on more transformative changes to the network. For example, some people out there, I believe, have strong thoughts about things like staking and slashing to keep to give further crypto economic security to the Pyth price feeds. I'm also, I also believe that a lot of people out there have very strong beliefs about what Pyth does with all of the on-chain revenue that it generates across 56 blockchains. Right? That's a good question. Perhaps some of that generated revenue should go to data providers as a reward for their services. Or maybe there are other uses for that revenue to continue uh, incentivizing stakeholder participation and securing the network further. So I think it's quite open ended now that the DAO's involved, but all the different mechanisms I described are very much fair game in terms of what might happen, this next quarter or this next year. So there's a lot of possibilities here. I hope that helps.
Yeah, for sure. Great to know there are so many things cooking on the Pyth side. Looking forward
All
to
day,
it.
every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, cheers. Even I can't keep track of all of it. All right. Any other questions from the audience? I think Andy, I think we're looking good. All right. If we're looking good,
Yes, we're looking good.
amazing. All right. Well, when are we going to announce the raffle winner for the swag and for the Meter Punk NFTs?
So I will DM the raffle winner directly through the Pyth main account, but please do remember always verify to avoid any possible phishing links. So check out your inbox, and the raffle will be announced soon.
Verify, don't trust. That's the Web3 ethos. All right, everyone. Thank you for making this Twitter space possible. I certainly learned a lot, and if you haven't done so already, go check out Meridian, and go check out Meter, and of course, check out Pyth Network if you haven't done so already. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ed and Andy, for your time and hosting. Yeah.
Pleasure's ours.
Yeah, thanks. And thanks everyone
Thank
for
you.
listening.
Yeah.
You too. You too. We'll see you around.
Thank you for having
Have a great
us.
week, everyone.
Bye.